welcome back to my corner. I am of course Sala, and welcome back to Satisfactory. We are continuing our huge build. Well, it's not huge yet, but it's getting there. And it's been so much fun building it with you so far, and I'm really enjoying it. And we sorted some things out last time to get rid of the spaghetti we had. It's still a little bit of a spaghetti, but it is quickly getting better. Just look at these belts going in a more sorted and organized way. We still have the copper ore coming in like this way, and we can figure that out as well. What we need to do is start making our factory capable of making the more advanced parts that we need, especially for the space elevator and going forth with all the other stuff that is coming later there as well. How we want to do that, I'm not quite sure yet, but we will figure it out all along the way, so that's going to be amazing. First things first, we are going to be needing a couple of assemblers. To build the assemblers, we will need rotors, we will need those reinforced plates, so that's going to be amazing. We should probably make a factory to make reinforced plates right away, because that is one of the resources that we kind of will be using for everything. We use it to build our factory machines, and we're going to be needing it in so many of the parts going forward. So I think that is the next priority. It does take plates and it does take screws, and we have those produced already, so we'll just have to set up a place to put all of that and get that started. So how about we do make an area for this production, either like in this direction over here, or do we need to go in several heights here? Because there is verticality we can use, which is really cool. I mean, we can't go underneath the base here because that's all land and stuff, but we could go lower underneath in the gap that is over here, or we could build on top. I'm not sure which one we want, but at least for our other factories, I mean, if we want to expand the factory to make the rods, we can just build a second story or above. So we will need to see how we do that. For now though, I think we'll just use the area we have over here, expand this a little bit, and then just get in an assembler so we can make those plates in mass production. So let me get all the things I need ready for that, then I'll just bring you along when the factory part is done. Now do let me know if you want me to like show you the progress of all the building, of placing the belts and placing the machines and making all the items that I need. Let me know if you actually want that in the video or not, but do you want to see the entire process or just the finished result? So anyway, right now I need to fix this, and it's done, and it's definitely not the second take because I put a lot of iron ingots into the machine instead of iron plates. And so it's done. It's active and the materials are coming in, and once again I did the wrong thing. Never mind, I'm not looking for that part. Let me just do this. No. But yes, we are now mass producing, well, at least we're producing the reinforced iron plates. It needs iron plates and screws, and we've got a bunch of them coming in. It does need 60 screws a minute to produce 5 reinforced iron plates. So I think our production isn't really up to snuff when it comes to that, but as you can see, these are now being produced automatically, which is amazing. Now, how many screws a minute do we actually produce? Well, we do have one machine making screws, so we are making 40. We do need one more machine to make screws, so at least to go in a surplus of what we're using right now, and that is quite easy to do. We do have the space. I will need to move the belts around if I'm needing more. No, not if, when I'm needing more than that. But for now, let's just make sure we have enough screws, and I'll be right with you. And there we go. One more done. So we are now producing 80 screws per minute, as long as we can fill it with 20 rods per minute. And that shouldn't be a problem because our rod production is at 30 per minute, which is all we're using the rods for as of this time, which means that we are in a surplus of everything we make right now because we're not using anything for anything else. So we are getting our reinforced plates automatically, but we also need to get the rotors automatically as well, and that also needs a whole bunch of production. And the challenge with those, as I can show you, is that the rotors themselves need rods and screws, and I do seem to remember that to make them efficiently you need something like 100 screws a minute. So we need to ramp up our productions really significantly to be able to do this. So that's going to be interesting. We also need to actually start making the stuff we need for the space elevator. So I'm thinking maybe I should just handcraft a lot of stuff to make us able to do that and start progressing towards the really important milestone of having an automated power supply. I mean, I haven't been needing to do anything with power for a while because I do have two of them over here running, and we do, well, now we do need more than we make, so let me just fix that right away. Get one more of you, because running out of power means a standstill, and we can't have that. So there we go, and while we're at it, we'll just refill all of the power generating things. 2, 3, 4, 5. Give that fuel. We are now making 130, using up to 107. So, and we were close to running out of fuel as well, so that's good. Good that we actually took note of this right now. That way we won't run out of fuel for a while. There is also the progression to think about as well, and we do have enough power for a while, so maybe not rush with that just yet. The copper production things can stay as they are because we don't use that much of it yet. Ideally, I'd like to move like the refinery to over here, just having that able to expand in some direction, but we're not using that many copper products yet, so I don't want to focus on expanding that. If anything, I want to do it to clean up this area a little bit more. I know that I'm going to be needing to move those out of the way to be able to produce enough screws that we need, and then also to be able to make the rotors automatically, which is our next project. I am thinking let's just expand this way, and no, because we're gonna need that to the copper, so let's expand this way, because that way we already have some sort of belt thing going out here, and it'll be easier to just do that. We've got a lot of area here to check out as well, but for now let's just cover it up. Let's put a giant lid on all of this nature. Much better. Now, what do we need to make another of those assemblers? We are going to be needing more reinforced iron plates. We're going to need more cables and rotors. Rotors are not manufactured yet. This is what we're doing, so we are going to need all of those materials, but some of it we can now do this and have automatically. I haven't expanded a lot of the belts yet to level 2 because there are very few things that actually will require us to do so, let us see what we need to make a couple more rotors. All right, let's see. Rotors, so we're gonna need to bring in screws and rods. Screws we got over here already in the topmost one, so I'm thinking maybe it's time to make this one a better belt. Let's see, like so, and so, and so, so, and there. Let's see. And that one is already a Mark II belt, and I think that is also a Mark II. Yes. So it's coming out as quickly as it can. So let us just keep transporting it over in this direction. So, and here we are. Let's see. Let's put this one in here. So let's do there and there. That's where we're gonna need the splitter. So come on, at the top, from the right angle. There we go. And we're gonna need you splitting up there, and then coming down here into there. Let's give it power to see everything running as it should. Place you over like so, and over to you for now. Yes, we're getting, and it's supposed to be 100 screws a minute. The iron rods is only 20, but still, that's still a bunch. Get you splitter in place, and the final piece, which will be the lift. And that should be it. It should be running. And so it is. Storage container, and place you around there. And there we go. Now it's automated. We are getting all of those rotors automatically. We're going to be needing 50 of them for jump pads, but we are also going to be needing them when we produce stuff later on. Which means we have both what we need here to start filling up the stuff that needs to go into the space elevator. So that's gonna be awesome. We're gonna need a lot of space because that building is freaking huge, and we are going to be needing a bunch more screws because this production takes up a whole lot of screws. So that's gonna be very interesting to put together. We'll need to expand the screw factory, which probably means we're going to be needing to expand the iron rod factory as well. We are using 20, so we do have some room in our production. We are making 30, so we only have room for one more screw factory parts to make more screws. Which means we are going to be needing to up the production of iron rods as well. All of this means that we need to check our options for moving some of the facilities away from our starting area, which will be like the next big project, I think, because we're going to need a bunch of stuff, and we're gonna need so much more than what we're producing right now. We are producing around 40 iron plates per minute, so we're using 60 iron ingots a minute, which is basically half of the production we have already of ingots. And the the iron rod production also takes up about 1/4 of the production, so we have room to increase the production of our rods. So we can double this production and still have enough iron ingots produced, which is a good thing. So I think we're going to start in that end and expand the iron rod production. Now, what we need to keep track of then is the power, because now we have two major machines in here as well. So we all already are very close to capacity, which means more power needed and all of that. So getting the space elevator built and having the option of going into coal power will be really important very, very soon. So I think I want to do that. I want to be queuing up the space elevator, grabbing all the needed materials to make that and make a platform to make the space elevator and have that in the place I want it, and then tune it so we can get the materials to make the first item that the space elevator will be requiring. So let's do that. We're gonna need a space elevator. We do need one more assembler, and we are going to need a bunch of foundations, but I will not queue up because I don't have a specific number. So let's just work with what we have here now, and then we can see what we need. We're going to be needing so much concrete. I do have plenty. We're going to be needing a lot of iron plates. We don't have that many. We're going to need a couple of rotors. We're going to need a lot of reinforced plates. We need more wire, actually. I'm going to pick up all the wire I can, which should be plenty. Boom. We're nearly at the level of wire that we need. We also need a bunch of iron rods. So this is going to require so much stuff. So first of all, I think we just need to make ourselves a platform where we can keep the space elevator at to begin with. So let's just make that right away. I'm going to use the area I was wanting to use for copper production, but let's not do that just yet anyway. So let's just get this on the row. Let's see, is this area big enough? I'm not sure. Okay, now we need a bunch of rotors. Should be some here already. Good. We're gonna be needing a bunch of reinforced iron plates, which there should be plenty of. Good. Now, more iron rods, more wires, more iron plates, and more concrete. Cool. In the meantime, I will go ahead and just set up a simple and quick way to make the part that we need for delivery to the space elevator. So let me just go ahead and do that, and then we should probably be closer to having all the materials we need. And there we are. Now, all, which is bad because now everything we make of rotors and plates go into here. So there will be no stockpiling in a while because this takes 2 per minute of both of them, and I don't think we're working at full capacity, so this one could be making 4, but since we're not giving it 25 per minute, it's lower than that. So we're not making rotors by full capacity, but we are making the reinforced iron plates by full capacity, as far as I think. No, we are not, because we just saw that that is not getting 60 per minute, which means that this one will also not be working on full capacity, but hopefully it'll be fine enough. It'll stack up the smart plating that we need, and I will actually give it a storage container right away. I know that a lot of our resources will kind of be sunk into this, but we are going to be needing a ton of those. I think we need 500 of them just to reach the first milestone. So it can just stay here and keep doing its thing. And I'll just bring you back in when we have enough of the materials to make the space elevator. And I remembered because I saw modular frame, we have that thing we can just go ahead and open with the modular frame. So I'm just making a few of those so that we can dump that in there. I don't quite remember how many of those I needed, so I'm just gonna make a bunch and hopefully it'll be enough. So we had the raw materials. I was carrying a lot of iron ingots, so I could just use that. There we go. Let's go ahead and grab whatever is in the box we found. While I'm out there, I'm just gonna need to grab some of this. We can just ravage some more nature while we're at it. All right, let's see. We needed one. So let's dump you in there and just go quick. And we've got ourselves our first hard drive.
Data on the hard drive has been salvaged and can be repurposed to unlock an alternate recipe. Salvaging more hard drives will provide additional alternate recipes.
That's awesome and very, very useful. Let's grab this sulfur.
Data shows this as a mix of sulfide and sulfate minerals. It could be an indication of recent volcanic activity. A new research tree exploring volatile self-defense applications can now be accessed in the MAM.
Awesome. That is great. We are going to love checking out all those research. I might have gone haywire with the nature, but you know, we can make it work for us. So this is the leaves. So let's dump all of that in there. I think it was about 7,000 leaves or something that I grabbed. And this one will contain all the wood, and that'll give us plenty of biofuel. Awesome. Let's dump the rest of the stuff that we don't need right in here, the hard drive and the leaves. I think I can get rid of the leaves because it's only used for coloring, or I can keep them, but we can use them later, basically. So anything else? Those can go in here for now. Yeah, that should be it. So sort, and everything is good. How are we looking for wires? We have all the wires we need. Now, iron rods and concrete. Let's go ahead and grab that. These are screws, which means in here are iron rods. Boom, all we need. I don't think we have 250 or something concrete yet, but let's see. 150, need some more. I will wait for that, and then you can join me when it's all done. There we go. We have all the concrete we need, and I changed up a little bit here. I want to stockpile the reinforced plates, so I just plunked in a splitter here. So half of the plates go in here, half of the plates go to making the smart plating, which basically means I halved the amount of reinforced plates coming in here. But for now, I think that'll be acceptable, since we need to use the plates in production as well. Now, do we actually have enough space to place this down? Yes, we do. I kind of want the control panel on the side we can actually walk to. So that looks good, I hope. Getting everything in place. And bring in the wire. That thing is so big.
That's what she said.
And contact. Lock it in place, tighten it down, and space elevator active. Awesome. which was a huge step, and we've basically got to like the proper part of the game, because now the insanity ensues. Because this thing needs 50, it was only 50, it wasn't 500. We need 50 of those smart platings. I'm not quite sure how many we made so far, but we need that to get to phase 1, and we have 30 already, which is good. So let's just belt that in there, perhaps. Yes. It's a bit wonky, a bit weird, but it's fine. Let's dump those in there and see that fill up there. I'm not gonna like that, but I'm not gonna be looking at it too often, so it's cool. Got 31 in place and more coming, so that is good. Once that hit 50, then we can ship it off up to the space station in orbit, and we can keep researching our new facilities down here. That is some really excellent progress we've made this time. I hope you are enjoying the series. If you do, remember to give the video a little like, subscribe if you haven't done so already and want to see more of me building factories in this game. If you have some games that you want me to check out, let me know. I do play a fair amount of different games, and factory games and survival games like this. Factory games with survival is also fun, so let me know if there's anything you want me to check out. I do play some Dyson Sphere program, I do play some Factorio. It's been years, but I do play Factorio. I do play a game called Stationeers, which is a survival, a space simulation game thingy. If you want to watch that, then let me know. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!